There's an Arabic legend of a young man who was wandering in the desert, and he came upon this wonderful spring of fresh water, and he tasted of it, and it was delicious. And he was so excited, he filled his leather canteen to the brim and went back to his tribe, which was a 4-day journey. And when he got there, he went to his teacher and offered it to him. And the teacher drank of it deeply and expressed great appreciation for this gift. And the young man went away with a full heart. Later on, another student came to the master, and the master offered him a drink from the canteen. And it's, oh, that's terrible. Apparently, after 4 days in an old leather canteen, the water had lost its beautiful, delicious taste. And the student chastised his master. He said, "How could you have praised such terrible water?" And the master looked at him and he said, "You see, you focused on the water. I focused on the gift. The water was merely a container of loving kindness." So the master was expressing an attitude of gratitude. He saw what there was within that distasteful water, that the good. Because what a loving thing for that young man to do. I could have saved this talk until the Sunday before Thanksgiving. That would have been easy. They said, "Yeah, we're going to be grateful. We're going to stuff our bellies and be grateful." Yeah. Yeah, no. But the thing is, gratitude is not a seasonal experience. Gratitude is a daily experience. It's an hourly experience. It's a moment-by-moment experience to look for what there is in our lives to be grateful for. And there might be somebody who's thinking, "Oh, I've got nothing to be grateful for right now." Yet there's always something. There's always something to be grateful for. It might simply be, I woke up this morning. And I know there's one of you who isn't here because that person forgot to set the alarm and woke up and discovered that I got a text. But the one thing that gratitude is so good at, it is to attract more good into your life. You know, I've got an attitude of gratitude. That comes from a song by Richard McDeesey. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude.
You do better than we did. We didn't do so well.
And you'll be grateful I'm not going to sing much more. But yeah, I've got an attitude of gratitude. To carry that energy with you every moment, can you imagine what that would be like? And you know, gratitude is something that we have a choice to experience. You know, and to have gratitude show up in our lives, we need to focus on it. We need to exercise it. It's like going to the gym. If you want to develop muscle, right? You have to focus. You have to exercise. And the same with your attitude. And you can have an attitude of resentment and pointing the finger elsewhere if something doesn't seem to be going just the way you would like it, if it's distasteful like that water. Or you can focus on something that is good in every experience. And whenever you start to go down the road of, you know, you can feel it in your body, can't you? You can tell when your thoughts go in a direction of ungratitude. And it's an awareness. As we develop the awareness of when we start to go down that road of not grateful, to stop and say, wait a minute, no, there's got to be something here. You see, seldom really have control over things that happen to us. You know, if they're negative or so. I mean, because, you know, car accident, usually we don't have control over. The economy, we didn't really have control over. What we did have control over is our perception of it, our attitude toward it, our attitude, whether it was resentment or gratitude. And it's to go searching for that kernel. Because gratitude is putting the law of attraction in operation. Well, the law of attraction is always in operation. But what is it that you want to attract in your life? That's the question. Dr. Jesse Tanner wrote in a recent Unity publication on gratitude. He said, gratefulness is all about being full of greatness in our hearts, using our perceiving power of faith and free will to witness and embrace the good in every situation. Gratitude arises in consciousness through the positive quality of our attention and intention. Now, when this is in print, it's gratefulness is being full, and that's all in caps, so he's shouting at us. All right? Gratefulness is all about being full. And then great is in all caps. So the greatness. So to focus on, you know, the fullness and the greatness that is in every situation. So gratefulness is all about being full of greatness in our hearts, using our perceiving power of faith and free will to witness and embrace the good in every situation. Gratitude arises in consciousness through the positive quality of our attention and intention. So whether it's gratitude, anything in your life, if you're noticing that your thoughts are not being positive, you can shift that. I was sharing with someone yesterday, I used to be the road rage queen. I didn't act it out. I mean, I didn't do anything dangerous with a car. But I'm lucky my steering wheel was, you know, stayed steady because I could pound that puppy. I was so angry. And I realized what was happening, that I was spewing forth all of this negative energy into the universe. Ew. And I had this image of spewing forth the negative energy and it going all the way around the globe and coming back and smacking me. And as I came to that realization, I said, well, I've got to stop this. Now, how do you stop something? It's first of all being aware, right? So when we go into an attitude of not being grateful, of resentment, anger, whatever emotion comes up, it's like, oh, wait a minute, look what I'm doing. You. And then shifting the focus of your attention. So when I used to become angry behind the wheel, oh, look what I'm doing. Oh, wait a minute. All right, it's simply a traffic jam. I hope no one was hurt because it's probably because of an accident. Or he cut me off. Oh, that's right, I go unconscious every now and then. I mean, haven't you cut somebody off? It was you, wasn't it? She's like, no, it wasn't. Yeah. But in everything, you know, to start even laughing at it. Oh, I do that too. And then just sending out love instead. And then, you know what? It becomes natural. That's just how you respond. That's what you do. It's how you show up in life. So the same with the muscle of the attitude of gratitude. You know, shifting the focus of your attention when you feel resentful about something. One way to develop that attitude muscle is to keep a gratitude journal. Or just every evening before you go to bed, have a pad of paper there with pen and pencil, or both, okay. And write down 10 things for which you can be grateful for that day. It might be, I woke up. That might be the one thing that you can think of. And then from there, though, to build it. I remember years ago, I'd had a car accident. And it was one of those, the car did 180 and went over on its side. The first thing I was grateful for was I had a sunroof, and the electric still worked. So I opened the sunroof, and I got to crawl out that way and not have to figure out how to crawl out through the passenger door. And I had a year of severe back pain as a result. And I was beginning to wonder if it would ever, ever go away. And it wasn't that it was totally unbearable. It got old. Anybody with chronic pain? It gets old, doesn't it? It's like, ugh. And then one day I realized, wait a minute, I have pain, and I'm realizing I have pain. That means I didn't have pain for a little bit. And I started to be grateful. Oh, okay, I have pain. This is wonderful, because it tells me I had not pain. And slowly but surely, it took another year, but I was pretty much pain-free. And now, nothing. Oh, yes, thank you. But it was that realization, oh, I think I have something to be grateful for. Yeah, it hurts, but it didn't. Okay? Because those gratitude journals or lists, it's easy when we focus on that, usually 90% of our lives that's going pretty smoothly, right? But then take your attention off, do the easy, do the low-hanging fruit, if you will. And then look at that 10%, or if it's 20%, or if it feels like 50% right now, okay. Pull it up, baby, pull it up. And look at that and say, okay, there's got to be something good in that, because what? God is in everything, right? And what is God? God is good. Oh gosh, you listen, I love it. So, if God is good, then good must also be in everything. Yes? Yes. All right. And then start looking, even in the negative. What is it that I have to be grateful for? And just pull it out, pull it out. And it might be like Jacob wrestling with the angel. Remember when he had fled and he was camped out overnight, and he got into this wrestling match with the angel of God, or God in human form, however you want to play it. And he would not allow that angel to go until he had received a blessing. He wrestled with it until he received his blessing. And that goes for how we look at our adversity, too. Sometimes we have to wrestle with it until we see the blessing in it. All right? Do not let it go until you find the blessing. Oh, but we can go back to, but there's nothing to be thankful for. Well, you know what? If you can't find it, you ask God. And the good timing for this, ask God anytime, anything, of course. But before you go to sleep, that's my favorite time. Right? God, I'm not seeing the good. Give me an answer. Help me out. And in the morning, probably it's going to be crystal clear. You're just going to see it. It's going, yes! All right, you have your V8 moment. I could have seen that last night. But you get so caught up in it. So ask God. What a unique concept. Let's go to God and ask God for assistance. And as we do this practice, again, remember, it's daily, hourly, moment by moment. Looking for the good in everything. And yeah, I know sometimes life hurts. So I'm not denying that it can be painful. Not at all. We all have our dark nights of the soul, or we all have that chronic pain. And I was talking to someone the other day who just was almost crying because of the pain. And yet knowing that the pain would go away. And being able to be thankful for that. All right? So it's finding that pearl and celebrating it. And it increases because remember, the law of attraction. So where would you like to focus your attention? Which would you like to attract? More of the negative or more of the positive? So as you go forward this week, I invite you to especially focus on, what's going good in every situation. Whether it has the distasteful taste of 4-day water in a leather canteen, See, what is it in here that is good? How is this a container for loving kindness in my life? Just affirm to yourself as you move through your days. I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude, I've got an attitude of gratitude.